bound angle, bringing those feet together, maybe using blocks to place beneath those knees. Just begin to get into a comfortable position. Closing your eyes, bringing your awareness to your lower belly, finding that breath in your body, connecting to that breath. Begin to follow that breath. Taking a deep inhale through your nose, rounding your belly up for the sky. Side out. 2 more times, but on your own pace. Settling in. Deep inhale through your nose. Sigh it out. Keeping those eyes closed. When you are ready, if you're in supine bound angle, begin to bring your hands to those thighs, gently bringing those knees to touch. If you're in corpse pose, begin to step those feet in so those knees are facing up towards the sky. Pressing that lower back into your mat, keeping those shoulders glued to the mat. Pressing the palms of your hands into the earth. Inhale your knees in towards your chest. Exhale your feet up towards the sky. Inhale, pointing those toes up high. Exhale, flexing that foot, pointing your toes down towards you. Doing this a couple of times. Maybe beginning to bring those hands to those hamstrings and just rubbing your hands up along those legs, feeling your muscles. When you feel ready, begin to plant the palms of your hands back into the earth. And as you are here, press that lower back into the ground so there's no space there. Begin to draw circles onto the ceiling. They can be big circles or small circles. Noticing that core activate. Doing your best to not lift that lower back off the ground. And reverse those circles. Focusing on your breath. And once you complete the same amount of circles on the other side, bring those legs back into a neutral position. And when you are ready, gently bring that right knee in towards your chest, wrapping those fingers over that shin. And as you exhale, very slowly releasing that left leg all the way down towards the ground, keeping control. Taking an inhale in here, bringing that right arm out to T. And as you exhale, guiding that right knee over to the left. And then exhale, bringing your gaze over to the right. Deep inhale through your nose, feeling that chest rise. Slow, audible exhale out, softening that knee a little closer towards the earth. Creating that twist in your spine. And on your next exhale, gently return that right knee to center. Bringing that left knee in. Extending both of those legs right back up towards the sky. Taking an inhale in here. Exhale, left knee to chest and releasing those fingertips around that shin. On your next exhale, very carefully with control, begin to lower that right leg down towards the earth, keeping that core nice and activated. When you are ready, deep inhale in, bringing that left arm out to a T. And as you exhale, guiding that knee over to the right, as you bring your gaze over to the left. Slow, audible exhale out, noticing that left hip shift over your right just a bit more. Whenever you're ready, gently bring that knee right back to center. Gently drawing that right knee in to meet your left. Maybe creating a few circles with those knees to massage that lower back. Whenever you're ready, crossing those ankles, planting your hands on your hamstrings, beginning to rock along your spine a few times. Give it a nice little massage. When you are ready, rolling yourself right up into an easy seat. Maybe rocking from side to side to really be rooted onto those sit bones, drawing those shoulders back and down away from those ears, standing tall. Inhale, floating both hands all the way up. Exhale, hinging from the hips, releasing your hands or your forearms down to your mat. Inhale, lengthening your lower spine. Exhale, softening your entire upper body down towards the earth. Maybe releasing a sigh here. Whenever you are ready, on your next exhale, begin to walk those hands right back into center. Inhale, growing that spine nice and tall. Inhale your hands all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand to your left knee, then plant that left hand right behind your back. Inhale, growing that spine nice and tall. And as you exhale, gently bringing your gaze over your left shoulder. Big inhale in, feeling that chest rise. Exhale out, pulling belly button to spine, deepening that twist. And on your next exhale, gently return right back to center. Inhale, reaching those hands up and over. Exhale, that right hand right behind your back, bringing that left hand to that right knee. Inhale, lengthening that spine. And exhale, gently bringing your gaze over that right shoulder. Deep inhale in, slow exhale out to deepen that twist. Then switch out your legs into opposite position. Inhale, floating both hands all the way up. Exhale, hinging from your hips, releasing your hands and your forearms. Inhale, lengthening your lower back. Exhale, softening your entire upper body down towards the earth. Imagining your knees falling down towards the ground, softening your hips. And whenever you are ready, as you exhale, gently walk those hands inwards, come right back up to center. You're then going to plant your hands down on the ground, shifting forward, making your way into a tabletop. Hands shoulder distance apart, knees hip distance apart. Double checking wrist is aligned beneath your shoulder. Inward pointing that tailbone up high, releasing that lower belly, bringing your gaze all the way up towards the sky for cow pose. Exhale, pointing that tailbone down, rounding the upper back and bringing your chin towards your chest for cat. Now go ahead and do this 3 to 4 more times, but moving with your own breath. Moving as gently and as slowly as your body may be asking for. Maybe closing those eyes, bringing your awareness back to your lower belly to refine your breath in your body if you have lost it. And then whenever you are ready, just gently return right back into a neutral spine. Keeping your gaze slightly towards the top of your mat to keep that neck nice and long. You're going to begin to extend that right foot all the way back, tucking those right toes. Engaging your core. Inhale, floating that right hand forward. Exhale, floating that right foot back. Extending that left arm forward, right foot back. Taking a big inhale in here. Exhale, left knee. Exhale your right knee towards your left elbow, rounding the upper back, bringing chin towards chest. Inhale, opening up. Exhale in. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Really round that back. 1 more time. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale, opening right back up. Exhale, planting that left hand down, that right knee down. Maybe shake it out. When you are ready, stepping that left foot all the way back, tucking those left toes. Inhale, floating that right hand up and forward. Exhale, that left foot up. Engage in your core. And when you are ready, big inhale through the nose. Exhale, knee to elbow, chin to chest. 3 more times. Your way, your pace. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, that right hand down, that left knee down. Keeping that lower back, that middle back, and the upper back nice and long, keeping that neck long. You're going to tuck those toes. And as you exhale, just begin to hover those knees about 1 inch away from the ground. Keeping that tailbone shooting towards the back of the room. Keeping those shoulder blades to touch. Big inhale in. Exhale, belly button to spine. Warming that body up. Inhale, rounding that belly out. Exhale, belly button to spine. 1 more inhale in. Exhale, those hips up towards the sky. Begin to soften those heels down, or you can bend those knees. Beginning to pedal out those feet. Creating that upside down V shape in your body. Letting your heart melt towards the earth. Maybe inhale, coming on to those tippy toes. Exhale, heels to the ground. Few more breaths here. And then whenever you are ready, inhale, shifting forward into a plank. Exhale, releasing your entire body down, hands beneath your shoulders, tops of your feet pressed into the earth. Inhale, leading to the front of your head for cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, touching those toes. Exhale, pressing yourself up into plank. Inhale in here. Exhale, hips up. Releasing those heels down. Inhale your gaze up towards the top of your mat. Exhale, walking feet all the way up. Big toes to touch, space between your heels. Inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and touch. Bend those knees, shifting your weight into your heels, rolling your shoulders to your ears, that head coming up last. Inhale, floating your hands up towards the sky, bringing those palms to touch. Exhale down, your hands down to heart center. Keeping those eyes closed, taking a few breaths here. When you are ready, inhale those hands up towards the sky. Bringing your gaze all the way up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive right back down into forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bending your knees, shifting your weight into your heels, rolling that spine up. Shoulders to ears, head coming up last, floating those hands all the way up, bringing your palms to touch. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Inhale those hands up. Exhale, swan dive right back down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Exhale, fold. Bending those knees. Shifting your weight into your heels, rolling that spine up. Shoulders to ears, head coming up last, floating those hands all the way up towards the sky. Bringing your palms to touch for prayer hands, and then releasing those hands down to your heart center as you exhale. Deep inhale in here. Side out. Inhale, floating both hands up. Exhale, swan, diving right back down into forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins for halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, planting those hands down. Stepping that left foot all the way back. Double checking right knee above that right ankle. Planting that left hand down. Inhale, floating those right hands all the way up towards the sky to create a twist. Stay here for your exhale. Inhale, drawing that right shoulder back just a bit more. And on your next exhale, releasing that right hand all the way down. Stepping that right foot back to meet your left. Entering back into your plank. Inhale, shifting your weight forward. Exhale, keeping those elbows in towards the rib cage. Untucking those toes. Inhale, upward facing dog, releasing those shoulders down, that gaze forward. Exhale, hips, sending those hips up. Tucking those toes, releasing those heels down for downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe releasing a sigh for a cleansing breath. Inhale, bring your gaze all the way up towards the top of your mat. Exhale, slowly walking those feet all the way up. Big toes to touch, space between those heels. Inhale, hands to your shins for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Planting those hands down, stepping that right foot all the way back. Right back into a low lunge, double checking left knees over that left ankle. Planting that right hand down. Inhale, bringing those left fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Stay here for your exhale. Inhale, drawing that left shoulder back just a bit more. And then on your next exhale, gently releasing that left hand down. Stepping that left foot back to meet your right, enter back into your plank. Flowing through your vinyasa. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, elbows in 90 degrees. Untuck those toes. Inhale, shoulders down, gaze forward. Upward facing dog. Exhale, those hips up and heels down. You can stay here if you'd like to enter into a twist. Take a big inhale in here. And then exhale with that right hand, reach for that left ankle, releasing a sigh, maybe gently drawing your gaze under that left armpit. 2 more breaths here. your next exhale, gently releasing that right hand right back up towards the top. Inhale, shifting forward into a plank. Exhale, your hips right back up to downward facing dog. Big inhale in here. Exhale, bringing that left hand towards that right ankle. Inhale, pointing that tailbone up just a bit higher. And exhale, gently bringing that gaze beneath that right armpit. Create a twist. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, planting that left hand right back up to meet your right. Inhale, bringing your gaze all the way up towards the top of your mat. Exhale, walking those feet all the way up. Big toes to touch, space between those heels. Inhale, hands to your shins for your halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Begin to soften that right knee. You're gonna plant that right hand right in front of that right foot. Inhale those left fingertips all the way up towards the sky for a twist. And stay here for your exhale. Inhale, gently drawing that left shoulder back just a bit more. One more deep breath here. And on your next exhale, gently releasing that left hand down. You're gonna soften that left leg, bringing a soft micro bend to that left knee, extending that right leg, planting your left hand in front of your left foot. Inhale those right fingertips all the way up towards the sky. And stay here for your exhale. 2 more deep breaths here. Maybe drawing that right shoulder back just a little bit more. And then on your next exhale, gently releasing that right hand all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins for your halfway lift, drawing the shoulder blades to touch, gaze is down. Exhale, folding forward. Bending those knees, shifting your weight into your heels, rolling that spine up. Shoulders to ears, head come to blast right into mountain pose. When you are ready, lengthening that spine, really making sure you're rooted into your feet, drawing those shoulders back and down. Inhale, floating both hands up towards the sky. Exhale, drawing that right hand back as you bring that left hand forward, bringing your gaze over to that right thumb for an open arm twist. Inhale, lengthening that spine. Exhale, drawing that left hip back as you gently press that right hip forward. Inhale, floating both hands right back up towards the sky as you bring yourself back to center. Exhale, that left hand back, right arm forward. Gently bringing your gaze to that left hand. Inhale, growing your spine nice and long. And as you exhale, think about drawing that right hip back as you press that left hip forward. Drawing back that left shoulder as you press that right shoulder forward. Inhale, floating both hands right back up to center. Bringing your palms to touch for prayer hands, and exhale your hands down to your heart center. Deep inhale through your nose. Inside out.